Welcome to QueenEssence Empire. Discover beauty within. Hey glam babes, we are back with another tutorial and I'm excited to show you guys this tutorial because I am showing you guys some super cool nail art that I did. And so let's go ahead and get right into it. So first, on this index finger here, I am drawing some cherries. Now I started going in with my black outline just to kind of outline the shape of the cherry, and all of my nail art I outline it in black just to make it look more crisp, kind of give it that 3D almost effect, but just to really make that nail art pop. You can outline it in like whatever color that you wish, but for me personally, I outlined my nail art in black. So that's what I did first. First, I drew kind of like some circles, but the circles in the top kind of had like a kind of dip in it really. So that's where you're going to put the stem at the top, because if you visualize a cherry, it's round on the sides, but kind of at the bottom a little bit where the bottom of the cherry is, and then at the top where the stem is, they kind of indent a little bit. So that's what that kind of curve is there. And so now I'm drawing the outline for the second cherry because it's going to be two cherries on one stem. If you are trying nail art and you can't really visualize what it is that you're trying to draw, go on Google or Pinterest and just pull up a picture of what it is that you're trying to draw, and then kind of try to copy that picture or use that picture for inspiration and put your own twist on it. And that's going to allow you to really kind of see what it is that you're trying to draw before even drawing it, because sometimes if you don't pull up like an inspiration picture, if you're just going straight off the dome, unless you're like really freaking good, it's gonna be chaos. So save yourself, pull up a picture on like Google or Pinterest, and then just use that as inspiration. So now that I have the outlines of the cherries done and I've cured those for about 10 seconds in my UV light, I'm going to draw the stems. Now if you've ever seen two cherries, they're usually like a wishbone kind of like stem. So there'll be one stem going out of one cherry and then one stem going out of the other cherry, and then they'll connect at the top. So that's what I did here. I've got my circles kind of outlined for the cherries. I've got the indentation at the top, and right in the middle of that indentation is where I'm going to start the stem off. Now that I've got the outline, it's looking great. I'm pleased. I've cured the stems for another 10 seconds, and now I'm going to fill in the colors of the cherry. Cherries are red, so I am going in with my gel polish here. I use Beetle's gel polish. It's super affordable. The pigment is really great for me. It works really well for nail art. They have a slew of colors. It's on Amazon. I just love Beetle's polish. Now, there are other gel polish out there that is just as good, if not better. But when you're talking affordability, quality, and just easy, beginner friendly, Beetle's polish is definitely a highly recommended over here. Now that I've filled in those cherries with that red polish, I am going to go in and cure the polish. And I am also going to draw kind of like a half C at the bottom of where the stem is. And this kind of creates like a 3D effect, as if you are looking at a cherry that has the stem coming out of it. Like if you look closely, that little half circle, or that half kind of C almost right at the bottom of the stem, not at the top where they connect, kind of like the wishbone, but down at the bottom where that indentation is, you leave a little space and then you draw that kind of half C. It really makes it look like there's 3D cherries on your finger. So I definitely recommend that. Now I'm just going in kind of just tweaking my stems a little bit, adding in a little more detail, adding in, I'm kind of making my stems thicker where I would like them, adding in some more red polish as well. Next, I am going to draw a little leaf here at the top. The best way to draw a leaf is going to be like an oval. It's gonna be like an oval, and then you're gonna stretch it out a little bit more. So like you got an oval and you're gonna stretch it out a little bit more, not so much so that it's pointed like a diamond, but you know, it's like a leaf. It's got a little pointy tip on one side, and then it's like little circular on the other side, or you can just draw like an oval. It's not a square, sorry, it's not a circle, and it's not a diamond. So it's kind of like in between, like a rounded diamond almost.
Yeah, peasy, that's
Now,
fine.
I've also added some white gel paint to the right side of one of my cherries, the first cherry. Just adding that little art, similar to like when you add that white to your pop art designs, it creates like a light effect. It makes your art appear as though light is shining off the side of the cherry. And I'm also going in with some green polish to outline the stems, because stems in real life, they're like kind of like green and maybe they'll have some brown specks, but they're never usually black. So just to kind of make the art more realistic, I'm going to go in with that green around the stem. And I think it made it pop really, really well. Now that I've finished those cherries, I'm going to do some flame nail art. Now, flames are a little bit difficult for me, but I'm going to try to explain it the best way I can. So I started off with kind of like a diagonal C, and then on both ends of the C, I just drew like a squiggly line, kind of similar to like a little hourglass figure kind of line, where I take it in and then I take it out a little bit, then I kind of bring it back in all the way until I'm at the base of the nail. This kind of creates the body of the flame itself. And like I said, if you are unsure what the flame looks like, just pull up a picture and then try to recreate the picture the best way that you can. Now, I did kind of go out of frame, haha. I did kind of go out of frame with this, but y'all know I am good for that, honey. But look, this is the flame at the end, and like I said, you got that kind of diagonal C at the top. At the top, I also brought that top of the C out a little more to make it the top of the flame kind of pointy, like, you know, because when something's on fire, those flames, they're like pointy at the top. So I did that as well. And now I'm coloring in my flame. I'm outlining it with black, and then I'm filling it in with red, and then in the very center of the flame, I'm going to go in with an orange to kind of make it like an ombre kind of effect from going from that orange to red. I thought that was super cool, especially with the acrylic powder that I'm using being orange and then the flame itself being red. I think that was a really cool artistic twist to just kind of make it pop like a little bit more. And y'all, that's what's going to set you apart from other nail techs, you know, adding that artistic pop, going that extra mile. And your client might have just been like, oh, I just want a flame, like I just want a red flame. Like, you can add a little bit more to make it pop and to make it your own, because that's literally going to set you apart from other nail techs. You don't have to charge for it. You don't have to charge for every little thing, but you can go above and beyond to make things gorgeous. Now, on this next finger, I am going to do a set of lips. This was my first time trying this, but oh my goodness, y'all, it was so much fun. So I drew this kind of like M, and it's going to imitate the outline of the top lip. And then I drew kind of like a U, and it's going to be the bottom lip. And I thought that outline was looking so good. And you can definitely cure in between your layers to ensure that you don't mess anything up or smudge anything. Now I'm going to add kind of like a smaller U to that top lip, and that's going to kind of create that kind of dip that you have on your lip if you look in the mirror and look at your lip. And then I'm going to go ahead and cure it so I don't smudge anything, right? So now that I've got the outline of the top lip, I'm going to go in and do the outline of the bottom lip as well. Now, the bottom lip, you want to bring that line kind of down some, depending on if you are making lips with the mouth open or with the mouth closed. I'm deciding to make lips with the mouth closed, so this outline that I have of the top line of the bottom lip, I'm going to kind of make that a little close to that line for the bottom lip as well, because like I said, I want this mouth to be open, so I gotta provide like a little space between the top lip and the bottom lip so that I can make room for like the teeth and things like that I'm about to do next. And they were really just looking so good right here. Like, go for it, y'all. Don't be scared. Go for it. Even if you're not that good at nail art, I am starting off right along with y'all. But hey, if you don't go for it, you will never know. So go for it. Now I'm going to create kind of like these circles here, kind of connected to the lip. But once I fill it in, it's going to look like the lip is dripping. So that's going to be super cool. So what you do is you got to make these circles as if you're imagining something dripping So you can make a small circle at the base of the bottom lip, and then you can draw some lines going down, some vertical lines, and then connect those vertical lines with a C to create a longer drip effect. And you want to make your drip effects different sizes or different lengths, so that way you can kind of tell that it's actually looking like something is dripping. Now that I've finished kind of making the outline of the lips and the dripping effect how I want it, I'm going to fill it in with the same red that I used for the cherries, because I want the nail art to be similar across all 5 fingers. I want the colors to be in sync. So I'm going to go in and fill it in with the exact same red that I used. I'm going to fill in the top lip, and then I'm going to go in and fill in the bottom lip, as well as the dripping on the lips as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. And just like with all of our other nail tutorial videos, I highly encourage you guys to grab your supplies and practice along. Even if you're not working on a full set, or you're not working on like your application or anything, you can always practice nail art. You can grab a nail tip and you can paint nail art on a clear nail tip. It's gonna look the exact same. Like, even if it's not a nude base, or if you do have a nude base polish or a light pink or something, you can put that down before practicing the nail art. But you don't have to be working on a person or working on a mannequin, or even going through the whole process of the prep and application just to get to the part to practice the nail art. So I highly encourage you guys to grab your brushes, grab a few polishes or paints or whatever you decide to use. Grab just the nail tip. If you don't have a mannequin hand that you can just slide the nails into, you've got the mannequin hands that you can glue the nails on. And I've even seen people just take a plastic nail tip and take a popsicle stick, just glue that nail tip on that popsicle stick, baby, and get to work. So, do what you need to do. Now I'm going to go in and fill in the center of the mouth with black. The black kind of creates like a shadow effect. It's kind of like the inside of your mouth, but instead of doing like your tongue and your tonsils and all that good stuff, we're just gonna paint it black and call it a day. Now that you've got it painted nice and black, definitely cure in between what we're about to do. I'm also going to kind of outline the drippy lines a little bit, just to add a little more detail. You want to make it nice and crispy. You want people to be able to identify what it is that they're looking at. Now that it's cured, I'm going to do just a thin white streak line, horizontal line, at the bottom of the top lip to create some teeth. Look at that. My girl got pearly whites over here. And we're going to take that straight line straight across from sidewall to sidewall just to make some teeth, and then go ahead and cure it. Nail art doesn't have to be hard if you break it down into manageable steps. When you see nail art and you're looking at it at the bigger picture, it can get overwhelming. So break it down into steps. You're dealing with lines, shapes. Just break it down into steps and cure in between. And now I'm going to draw some vertical lines, vertical short black lines on the white horizontal line to create teeth. And like I said, nail art does not have to be hard. You just practice. You can outline it with a pencil before you go in and color. You can do whatever you need to do, but break it down into steps. Break it down into shapes so that it's manageable for you. Sometimes I'll look at some nail art and I'll be like, okay, them is 2 horizontal lines and about 3 vertical lines and 2 circles. Break it down into shapes. Those cherries, there was 2 circles with a C at the top, and then 2 vertical lines. lips that connected like a wishbone. You know, break it down into steps that work for you. And like I do with a lot of my nail art, I went in with that white paint around the lips just to kind of create that effect as if light is shining off. And I also took a little white and put it on my flame here as well, just to really make it look like a detailed nail art picture. You know, add those colors. If you were drawing it on a piece of paper, you would do like shading and you would do like different shades of things and things like that. So do that. Take that extra leap and add that detail. Now I'm going in with my dotting tool just to make some really simple hearts. These are going to be drippy hearts, but drippy hearts are so easy to do. So just take your dotting tool and make 2 dots at the top, and then draw kind of 2 of those same vertical lines in that same wishbone kind of manner, and connect those 2 circles or those 2 dots right at the bottom. And then you've kind of got the outline for the heart. It may look a little funny. It may look like a V. You just make it a little thicker. Keep making it thicker. Keep making those circles thicker. Connect that line and you just make it thicker and thicker until it's the heart that you desire. It's that simple. And remember, y'all, when you're doing nail art, you can charge like $20, $30, $40, $50 more for nail art, just off of painting this little circle and this line and filling it in, because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a cherry. But remember, we are breaking our nail art down into steps that's manageable. So what do? We drew a little circle. At the top of the circle where the stem will connect, we made that kind of dip in like a C. And then we drew a line to indicate the stem. And that's it. And now we're going to fill it in with that same red polish that we used on all those other nails. And baby, when we added that hand-painted nail art, that design on all 5 fingers, all 10 fingers, best believe we increased our profits by a cool $40. This set with this length, $65. Ombre can run you $25 to $30. So what are we at? About $95. Add your hand painted nail art, $20, $30. Where you at? You at $125 and then some. Not to mention you've got color acrylic. It's $5 a color. You see what I'm saying? You can really run your profits up with add-ons. So don't be scared to get into the nail art. Don't be scared to encourage your client or to upsell. Don't be scared to upsell your client. Say, hey, you want a little design? It's Halloween time. Do you want a little pumpkin? Oh yeah, I would love that. Do me a little 2 cute little accent nails. Baby, you just rang that's another $10. And do that. 1, they're going to be happy to pay for it. And 2, you are making the most of your service. Like, you are getting a bang for your buck. And look at how cute these nails turned out, y'all. They turned out so cute. I love them. I had gotten so many compliments on them. For the drippy hearts, you just add the same drip technique that you did with the lips. It'll give you the exact same effect. And everything came out so cute. I loved it, and I hope that you venture out and do some nail art as well. Be sure to share this video with your friends, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and comment, grab your brush, honey, and go ahead and learn how to do nail art on your own. Have a great day, glam babes. See you guys next time.